And we're going to get started with the Braves, okay? Usually I don't like to start with baseball because it's just not my favorite sport, Fred. I got to admit it. I got to be real on this show, right? But it's a pretty big deal that they were swept in my home country over the weekend. The Blue Jays did that, and I'm not mad about it because it is my home country. But they've lost 4 straight. I think they've lost 5 of their last 8. So some people are kind of concerned out there, especially Braves fans. But they still lead the division. They're ahead by 5 games. So for me, I am not freaking out yet. And I think you and I are going to have the same feeling here, since I think every time we talk about the Braves, we have the same feeling of it's so early on. But some news that they probably didn't want to hear today, I'm going to spit it out before heading your way. Kyle Wright. He went from being on the 15-day injured list to the 60-day IL. And let's be honest, he was the winningest pitcher in all of baseball last season. Not having him around, I think, is going to affect the results for this team.
Yeah, that definitely hurts.
All right, so let's move on to the Falcons. Falcons rookie minicamp over the weekend. Always one of my favorite things to cover, and I say that every year because it's so unbelievable to watch the best of the best in college football go one step up to the next level and be completely lost. So no matter how good you are in college, you come to the pros and you realize very quickly the speed of the game is nowhere near what it was in college. It is so much faster. You, once again, have the best of the best running around in every which direction. I feel like coaches, they find pleasure in like saying like this way, that way, and like they're running around with no idea where to go, the players are. So it is kind of interesting to watch. Bijan Robinson, we have to talk about him, the 8th overall pick. So justifying taking a running back 8 overall is going to be what the Falcons are going to try to do from here on out, in my opinion. And the way they justify that is by making Bijan Robinson do everything. And head coach Arthur Smith has quite literally said he's going to be everywhere on the field. So while he will be at back, he will also be at wide receiver, and we saw him line up at receiver during rookie minicamp. So get ready for that. Get ready to see Bijan Robinson run the ball, catch the ball. God knows what else he could do. He said he's going to block a little bit. Why not put him on offensive line? I mean, this is what it sounds like, right?
Might need him on offensive line. Well, he's he might. I'm sure he'll have to pick up a blitz or two, right?
We're going to talk about Georgia and what UGA continues to do.
Yeah.
Load them up. All right, let's just bring them all on the bus and let's just keep driving to straight to national championships. So UGA today snagged the #1 recruit in the class of 2024, a quarterback. Dylan Raiola, a 5-star guy out of Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. What I like about the 2 matchups, what I like about the conference finals as a whole, what feels good to me, is this play-in tournament actually means something, because the Lakers and the Heat, they became the first 2 play-in teams to make it to the 3rd round, to make it to the conference finals. So it's working. Some players don't like it. They say it feels very like NCAA tournament-y, where it's win or go home, but it actually holds weight. And if you play your way into the playoffs, you might get on a hot streak just in those games right there.
Yeah. Can I be a little bit of devil's advocate here on this?
Yeah, sure.
Because in thinking about it, no, I do like it, but load management, right? NBA games are expensive. All right, so what's on your mind?
All right, so there's a lot on my mind tonight having to do with UGA, and I'll get it started with Kirby Smart. They've made 3 national championship appearances in his 7 seasons in Athens. They have gone to 5 SEC championship games out of his 7 years in Athens. They've only won 2. That is my one knock on them. But they've won the SEC East 5 years out of his 7 there. Georgia's success on the football field is bleeding into other programs. And, you know, I might be reaching here, but right now, as we sit here in the spring when there's not much going on, the softball team is hosting a regional this weekend, the Athens Regional, because they too are doing very well. The men's and women's tennis teams are both in the Elite 8, playing this week Wednesday and Thursday in Florida, Lake Nona. Get it, okay? Elite Eight, you got pretty far.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the golf teams right now, the women, they've already punched their ticket to the NCAA championships this week in Arizona. And the men are leading their regional right now in the Bath regional after just the first day, after the opening round. But my goodness, the football program can make a difference. Okay?
Elevates everybody. Well, it brings in a ton of money.
People want
to
to
the
come and
department.
play for Georgia.
Yeah. Brings in a ton of money to the department, elevates the profile of the school. Exactly.
What's on your mind, Fred?
Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, though. So I saw that he was, that he's now a CBS analyst, CBS football analyst. What do you think? How's he going to be at it? Because you know him, you've interviewed him, from his time here. You think he's going to be good at it?
Yes, absolutely. Meeting with him on a weekly basis for however many years I did it. I think he's going to be very knowledgeable about what goes on in huddles around the league. He'll be able to talk about the current players because he's seen so many of them. Not to mention, what I like about it is the fact that he won't have to worry about being sacked anymore because he's taken his fair share of sacks. So in the booth, he'll be nice and protected. He'll be able to feel happy and warm. He'll be able to do whatever he wants in that booth. No more hits for you, Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Now you get to take it easy. Though I will say, Mr. Matty Ice says this is not retirement. If a call comes through about, possibly being a quarterback for another NFL team, he's going to take those calls. So
Interesting.
yeah, but the booth feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels so good. No more hits.
Right.
I think that's it for us, Fred.